Hey, what's up, my fish friends? It's Wednesday, Thursday Eve. A little chaotic out there. I am getting it together quickly as we start the show. As always, I'm very excited. Oh my goodness, very excited to be with you guys this evening. I'm very excited because I'm traveling tomorrow. Eddie and I are going to take on the town of San Antonio, and we're going to talk fish with a bunch of fish people. I think it's like 5 clubs. One of the clubs is a federation of Texas fish clubs. I'm not sure. I intend to find out while I'm there, get more information and whatnot. But life is good. I'm excited. So hope everybody else is doing well. I'm going to check in on the chat in just 1 second. I'm trying to get my camera organized. A lot going on, busy running around. Car's gassed up. Bags are packed. I still need to pack some packing supplies and stuff like that in case Fish Tank Barn needs it or anybody else traveling long distance or anything like that, so that we can box some things, get them shipped. Feel like that's a nice thing to do for people. So there we go. Let's get this started. See, I wanted this one up here. So how do I get there? I'll put something on top of these 2 buckets. I think we'll be good to go. Well, now it's too tall. An embarrassment of riches. An embarrassment of height. We see what that looks like. Let's look at that. Man, we're close. Aha. Wobbly cam. Well, There we go. Nice little chaos. Nice little chaos tank. Everybody loves that. Things are growing. These are the male purple Moscows that I kept back, and my large females, as you can tell. And there is a beta female in here, and I'm thinking there are some juveniles in there. I need to look towards the back because they might just be hiding in the back. If I don't see a lot of babies in there, and I do see one now, but I wasn't earlier, which makes me think that they were all hiding together. I was thinking that if there is a lack of babies in here, it's not for lack of pregnant females and male guppies. So perhaps my lady might be eating some of them. The purple Moscows have been pretty good about not eating their babies. Possibly because I overfeed. Maybe they're just really nice. Maybe that's it. Maybe my guppies are better. You know what I mean? We should all do like Mike's guppies and be better. Let's get up to the top here. I see Mark. Mark is hanging in there. I see him in the chat. Night Owl Aquatics, good to see you. Stephen P, what's up? Yeah, no niece tonight, man. Yeah, she went home. Yeah, she only stays like most of a week. And I think she's going to summer camp this year. And she might have been to a summer camp last year. So she might have been away from home for like a week. We're kind of a staging area for that. So yeah, Stephen P is up in here. Howdy. And Mark Sterlson. Possibly my biggest fan, y'all. You know what I mean? Or he might just be a saint. You know what I mean? Like either way, I love it. And I'm glad you're here, brother. Joshua Templeton. I have marked you down as here, sir. You are here. Sonny G in the house. So many good people. Cece, are you in here? Did I miss you? Might have cut off some of the chat if you had said something earlier before the stream started. It might have just started the chat when the stream started. I don't know. Just one more fish. Always good to see you too. Your guppy grass has recovered and you have stems 18 inches long with several branches. Yeah, man. That's good stuff. I have a lot of really stringy hornwort in here. That and the guppy grass is giving a very limelight to this screen right now. So yeah, okay. As you can see, my tank next door, that rainbow tank that produces everything, super green right now. I have this, and I have like a sea green green tank as well at the moment, but the water clarity and everything else is looking pretty good. So just goes to show, guys, like, change your water, fool around and find out. If you have 30 tanks, you're going to get lucky at least a couple times. So getting a little late dinner, trying to get a full belly. Let's have some laughs. and chat a bit. I'm so excited. Yeah, man, I love my guppy grass. And I got some guppy grass that's like real dense, and I'm not sure that it's guppy grass. It could be something else. Um, that I picked up at the end of Aquashella. I lost most of it, but some of it's coming back. And like maybe it was just stressed or it was how it was growing, but it was real dense. It was real dense. Like all my guppy grass like is pretty fluffy, and this like had like nodes on it and stuff like that. So like maybe that's how it grows if it was somewhere where something was coming by and like grazing it down. So then it grows real dense. So I always wonder about that. Bare Bottom Brandon in the house. Welcome in, buddy. George RB3, welcome in, welcome in. Huawei, of course. I'm glad to see everybody. Okay, in the 20-gallon, you got 6 to 7 free swimming babies of the swords, and the baby tank still has the 33 babies in it. I'll be trying to find a home for all but 5 or 6 in the baby tank. You know, Joshua, they went really well, man. If you like reach out, if you reach out, like I've done really well at being able to take care of moving some babies. Now I moved like 2 lots of 25 on skippers, you know what I mean? And that helped break it down quite a bit. But I mean, like there were biters, there were people that were into that, so I thought it was cool. But yeah, man, so much fun. George RB3, all right, so you're gonna do a fishy dad jokes coming up, and yeah, you've been away for 6 weeks, but yeah, man, you've been busy, man. You've had like a lot of stuff going on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're any sort of like sensitive wise, like as far as like feeling the overall emotion of the world and the planets and whatnot, like I am, it's pretty crazy right now, folks. We got a full moon tonight, so that always kicks everything up a notch. Should be a special flag day. Stay safe out there. Debs, welcome in. Hello, Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane. Gills to Gardens, welcome in. Oh, perfect, man. Yeah, we're checking out these guys right now. I might give them. Okay, you are feeling better. That's awesome. That's awesome, George. That's what I'm about, buddy. I'm trying to feel better. Oh yeah, it's werewolf time. I don't know whether you guys can see the blackness on the screen that I can see, but that lets me know that things are going well. Oh, perfect. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, all I did was scroll through chat, and that's how you flip the screen upside down. Really wonder what's going on sometimes. You know what I mean? Makes me wonder. All right, well, let's flip the camera over now that it's decided to add some things 3 minutes after I started. Son of a gun. There you go. Quite a few babies in that next tank. Also guppies. The blue Moscows. Bring that down just a little bit. Because that pink little gal down on the bottom, like, she really catches my eye, like, every day. She makes me happy. I'm a happy man because of her. SC Catahulas, welcome in. Ben Sharp, I saw you. With Lake Missoula. Yeah, so I am looking forward to the lectures. I'm also interested in some of the after hours, like hanging out and stuff like that, all the informal stuff. I don't think I'm going to go to the banquet. Have some food spots I want to hit. I'll see which ones vibe with Eddie, but I sent him a few different reels on Instagram from different food places, and like he seemed like he was interested in most of them. So, and then he might have a spot that he wants to hit, because I know that he's been to San Antonio before. I know I have, but it seems like whenever I went with family or a group trip or something like that, we always hit that Mexican restaurant that's on, I want to say, Marketplace or Market Street. I don't know. I think I went there and I was like in a car seat. You know what I mean? Like for the first time. It has Christmas lights up all year round, which as a kid I always thought was really cool. Other than that, I've been to like a Pioneer House for like a brunch. So those are all fairly touristy stuff. Hey, Brent, when something is an hour away from you, go ahead and try and make it to it. That is why I'm going to this event. I wanted to go to the ALA, see the ALA, the American Live Bears Association event. And like I didn't go to the Triple Crown, but I had already committed to a couple of other things. And I enjoyed those things so much that I want to keep going to those. But I'm going to a third thing this year, and it's because it's the next town over. It's like an hour away from me. So I was like, kind of got to go do it. But yeah, I am excited about it. But mostly I want to learn about the different clubs. I want to gain some knowledge from some lectures, and I'd like to connect and hear about things that other people are doing. I always find that really inspiring. Brant, that's a lot of packages out, sir. Good for you. You're really moving some fish, and that's what it's about. Well, hello, Garcia Aquatics. How are you? I got a fight with my FX6 yesterday, but it's running now. Jeffro, welcome in as well. What were you and Garcia doing that you show up late together, huh? Huh? I always love seeing the vendors and stuff too. I'll find some things I can't live without, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like I'll try anything once and my memory's not so good, so sometimes I try it more than once. I saw that, Garcia. 220 gallons. What, are you gonna fill it with Oscars? Huh? Right? Are you following in June's footsteps? I saw a post of yours, Garcia. I saw the tank, but I didn't know if you knew what you were putting in it yet. I'm pretty sure you already know, right? Pretty much anything you have that needs a bigger tank is eligible, right? So that's fun. Scuba Stevo, welcome in, welcome in. Empire of Dirt, Chuck Kane. Okay, at 220, yeah, man. And Arowana's going to be very happy in there. That's awesome, dude. That's great, man. Excellent vibes. I'll be ready, man. I'm gonna take a nap after this stream, man. And I'm all packed up. Except for my toothbrush and stuff, but when I get up, I'll brush my teeth and throw it in the bag. What is that sound in the background? Aquafunk, do you have your headphones on? Is it my air conditioner? It makes a little bit of noise. Happy birthday, buddy. Everybody in the chat, let's wish Aquafunk a happy birthday. We celebrate birthdays around here. We think that they're important. We don't try to censor. Okay, that's what's up, Garcia. You just dropped you just dropped a new vid. I'll catch up on it. I don't know, man. It should come up for me at some point when I'm waiting for something this weekend. You know what I mean? So I'll probably catch it then. I'd watch it on the way to the thing tomorrow, but I'm driving. Gotta keep my eyes on the road. Oh yeah, it might be my lips smacking. I'm eating a burger right now. Yeah, man. I got hungry. So I flipped my schedule, and then that didn't even last 24 hours. I fell asleep that afternoon. Then I was up all last night, and then I don't know. I got about 4 hours. I'll try to grab another 4. So the plan is for Vibes to get over here, and then we load up and head out. Should be great. Vibes, you asked me if school's out, and I said yes. And I was mowing my yard this morning, and an Austin Independent school bus came like driving down the street. So like I don't know. It had tinted windows, so I couldn't tell if there was anybody in it or not. But the fact that I saw the school bus driving through a neighborhood like made me think that I'm really not sure. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. They go in August, and then school's out usually in June. Because of ice days and all of that with the weather. All right. I wasn't going to eat it gracefully, so I took myself off the camera. Hey! Hi, Aquafont. I know you just like to see my face, buddy. Face only a mother could love. Craig's Catfish. Welcome in. Could be band camp or something like that. Yeah, some extracurricular activity or something. All right, Scuba Stevo, thanks for coming in, buddy. Do get some rest, sir. And hey, man, get that work done. Log those hours, baby. A very good time. So yeah, I found something really cool. See what I can do. So I found this in my shrimp tank, and I believe it's an Anubias. Oh. But look how small it is. All those little leaves. So I'm not sure whether it's a different type and it came from one of my donor tanks and didn't die, which would be amazing, or whether it's like stunted for some other reason. But yeah, the shrimp cleaned it all up. I found it while I was messing around in the tank. And I put it in there, and the shrimp cleaned it up really, really well. And it just looks beautiful. Hello, Asaya. Welcome in. Is it BOS? Oh, that's pretty good because you can see some of the leaves against my hand. Yeah, maybe it's Nana Petite. But I found it in the shrimp tank, and I love it. So that was a fun find. And I had another piece of news. Oh, the dying stopped in the quarantine tank. So I came in, there were a bunch of deaths, and now it seems to have cleared itself up. And man, I can't think of what it was I was going to tell you guys. Must be a liar. Bucephalandra. But yeah, that was a happy find. That's how we do it on my channel. It's called class. So much love in the chat tonight. I'm loving it. So I can't tell you that information, Vibes. You don't want to know where it's from, buddy. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. It's too spicy for you. No hints, Jeffro. I love the oversharing. It's great. So, not a lot going on in the fish room. I'm continuing to clear some things out. Stuff like that. Just been working Everything's getting slowly harder. Yeah, we're starting to get some steady rain and stuff like that. So having to mow the yard a lot. Things are growing. So it's just more housework than I would like, which is none. But apparently the house doesn't run without us having to do things. Boo. So, my word. Don't you hate that when you don't have anything to say? Craig, you got half a fence to go. Well, at least you got half a fence. I need to redo my fence on both sides. The back is fine, but on both sides that I share with my neighbors, I have some loose posts. So we're going to have to do something about that at some point. Starting to lean too much. Yeah, that would be good, Craig. I know that Phantom would be happy to run untethered. Craig, if that dog decided to just run in a general direction, how many miles? Of course, your kilometers, but like how many miles? How many miles do you think that dog would get away before it just stopped and decided to like catch his breath for a minute? Oh, Phantom's been wanting to go run and grab stuff. That's not good. So yeah, I'm continuing to clear tanks and stuff like that. I trimmed the tiger valve growing against the front glass in the shrimp tank earlier, and it went really well. A lot better than I thought it was going to. And I think that's going to be my strategy in the shrimp tank. And I have a failed dirted tank that I don't need to be pulling any plants out of that's completely overgrown and has crebensis in there. Like there's 4 different coconut shells in that 20-gallon long. It's completely overgrown and the water is dark. Can't see anything in it. And vibes saw one of them the other day. So I'm telling you, they're in there and they're alive. I have no idea how many there are. I have no idea how well they're doing. You know what I mean? But Vibes saw one the other day when he was over here. So I'm not a liar. Purple pencil fish, Sonny G. Oh, that sounds good. I like purple everything, but all those pencil fish, I like the lateral line a lot. It's something that makes me real happy. I mean, like I'm kind of kicking myself right now looking at my quarantine tank, the auto sinkless that I got. that I should have gotten those guys earlier. You know what I mean? Like, they were put on my list of fish that I want way early in the game because they're one of the workhorses of the tanks and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I've got as well. I've got a 6-foot wood privacy fence. I replaced the back years ago with cedar and metal posts, and that was my first time having metal posts. And I think they're going to they won't get loose anytime soon. So I'm thinking about doing that. But I'll talk with my neighbors. We'll see what the cost difference is. Yeah, Sonny G, I keep looking over like next door to me right here. Here, look. That's the quarantine tank right there, and then that's that 10-gallon portrait tank that has all my male endlers in it. Just a big sword fight in there. So I occasionally glance over there, and then I see something, and then I don't look back. So it's not like a quick glance and like come back. It's like I get stuck looking at something. You know how it is, man. Fish, dude. What's Vibe saying? Aside, do you even want me to live stream? Not anymore. I'm on right now. Do it, Eddie. You should bring the live streaming gear along, Vibes. I would appreciate it. It went over well. It looked pretty good. I like that camera. It looks good at the booth at Aquashella, and I mean, like, we can set up somewhere outside and whatnot, and no telling who might want to talk about something, you know what I mean, and interact with chat a little bit. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say the majority of the ACA and ALA would be interested in doing social media stuff, but I mean, like, we're interested in going to this event and we like social media stuff. So I think it's something that's going to get more popular as the demographic ages out. I think that there's a line probably not too much older than me where the majority of people that age are like, no, man, I don't want to do a camera. I don't want to do a computer. You know what I mean? Like they're not interested in it. So who gonna resurrect the 20 long this summer? Jeffro, are you talking about my dirted tank? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do the lawnmower method, and I'm just gonna cut everything down. And when it grows taller, I'll just trim it down again, rather than pulling the plants out of the substrate. So yeah, no, I think it would be fun because like one of the things that I enjoy when an event is going on that I don't get to go to, you know what I mean? Because I can't go to everything because apparently I have to work to make money. A system that I am growing tired of. Yeah, so one of the things that I enjoy when it's something that I can't go see, I enjoy seeing what is posted social media wise that weekend. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool to see like what's going on, because if somebody has like a real wild booth, or there's some like real wild fish or something like that, you know what I mean? Like I get to see it like once, sometimes more than once, you know what I mean? Which is kind of cool. I believe it's trying to storm outside as well as being a full moon. So, thunderstorm, full moon. How metal is that? I'm excited. Oh, you didn't hear a beep? I may have tried to pause and not say a curse word, but it may have come out. You know what I mean? Like, my language has been pretty poor lately, and I don't really think about it that much. But when my niece was in town last week, I was like, man, you got a real potty mouth, Mike. You know, like I was thinking about that. Like I was like, because, I'm trying not to curse in front of kids and stuff. I will, you know what I mean? But I try not to. Not very hard, apparently. That was a bad weekend for me. Brand thinks this is a Jeff P stream. Jeff P stream. Brandon, you got to check the battery in your smoke detector, bro. All right, switch listening devices. Let me kick myself out of here. Let's look at these tanks. What do you think there, Funk? That's some pretty impressive algae carpet I got growing on the front. That's kind of hard to do. You know what I mean? Like, takes a while for it to look that good. It gets everywhere, and then it like slowly goes back down to the bottom. And my special strain of aquarium built aquarium made hornwort. We call it hardly hornwort. It's a nice lime green color, very stringy. The good news is it's like half or like a quarter of the needles that your normal hornwort has, because it's so scraggly. Yeah, Vibes, do the right thing, man. Don't be like that. Grab the gear. Yeah, I think it was fun that you did that, Vibes, at Aquashella. It looked really good. It looked really good. And what, you were on one side of the booth with the thing set up, and then I was on the other end of the booth. So I was in the background working the community tank, helping the public out by giving them guppy problems. But it was a real good price point for some of the families that were rolling through with like young kids and stuff like that. And hey, man, more than one young adult and more than one adult my age was just tickled that they could try out some plants and have a fish. You know what I mean? And we gave away some Blue Dream shrimp as well. So some people were adding some shrimp and testing that out for the first time. So yeah, I think that was a fun thing, and I think that's a fun thing to do at an event and stuff like that, because anytime us social media people are gathering together and stuff like that, like we can gather some plants or a few fish from our stock and stuff like that, and share them with other people. You know what I mean? Okay, currently, Mr. Branton. Um, Currently I've got red tails, the red swordtails, in all of their red color varieties and whatnot. Some of them are whatchamacallit, leer tail. I got a real pretty leer tail male right now. I'll move the camera over there in a little bit. But yeah, I definitely have some of those guys. And as far as the guppies go, I could probably get you a couple of trios. Um, but I have tons of babies growing up right now. So like in another month, like you would be able to really get, you would really be able to like choose your male, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, and possibly get some Weirgins, some Weirgin females, some females that have not been touched, the special females, but that requires a lot of attentiveness on my part to get the males out of there and let them grow up by themselves. And I'm not sure how well I'm going to do at that. And what I've also got some brown bristle noses, baby. So that's what I got going on currently. Oh, and I have two different strains of Endler. That I have plenty and honestly, the the N type Endler, I'm ready to get rid of that whole colony. Actually, I got a female swordtail in there taking care of all the babies right now, so their population is not getting out of control. But I can move her at any point in time. Yeah, those swordtails are really nice, and like I said, I've got like a stunner of a leer tail male right now. I mean, I hear they don't breed because their gonopodium is too long, and I agree with that assessment. I couldn't tell you whether it's happening or not, but it's just what Brand way to not yell at me for not being a Kyle's earlier. Okay, so the guppies are this. It's like a blue Moscow, and they've got like a purple sheen to them. And I'm keeping the ones that are the darkest and purplest for my breeders and stuff like that. I've got a whole tank of those of males over at my client's house, and they're doing really well. By the way, Fat Boy made the trip back, and he is among the population. And I think I've seen him a couple times, but it's hard to say. He's just a little bit larger on his left side than his right, and he's a smaller male, so he blends in with the other smaller males in that tank. So yeah, let's peep those swordtails, man. Got to move my contraption. I mean, we're all busy, right? I try not to be, and I'm way busier than I'd like to be. And I'm not taking care of everything as I should. I have it on good authority. I've been put on notice. But you know, what are you going to do? So yeah, let's peek those swordtails. One second. So that's my shrimp tank, and as you can see, I just clipped the grass that was blocking the view, and then I put some moss in there that had a bunch of algae on it, and the shrimps are just eating it up. So hold on real quick. I'm going to move some things. So my stand is an FX6 box on top of two aged water buckets for water changes. It's going to need to come over some more. Nothing but the finest setup here. So yeah, you see that leer tail? Big guy, big females. So I've got wags, regular, and then there's like, this guy is like blonde. Then they've got two black tick marks near the tail. It's kind of wild. Let's give them a little flake. That way you guys can see how many babies I have in here as well. And those are the N-type endlers next door. But yeah, you see, I have a whole nother generation like ready to grow up. So like these adults can go. It wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that leer tail, man, he's just beautiful. You know what I mean? Like he'd He'd be, I mean, like, he's not for breeding, but he's for looking. You know, like if you have a nice, heavily planted tank that needs a guy to shine in front of all that green, red is a good color for that. Oh, Brandon, they're fun, man. As you can see, I'm not doing much to them, and they're doing very well. Like I have moved probably 125 out of this 10-gallon tank. Yeah, I got these. I got these at an auction, so I'm sure that they were part of like the breeding program or something like that, and they got moved on. It's been such a long time ago now that this has to be all new ones growing up in the tank. Yeah, there, there's that female that keeps the population down in that tank. She's doing a good job. Yeah, they're orange, but we call that red here in the hobby. They might be coming out a little bit paler than, but like the dark on that tail, that's it's about what the orange is on them. And then your sword tails now, there's like there's ones that are more red than this, but like they have some sort of different descriptor in front of their name. Like they're going to be like red velvet, or what's another one that I've heard it called? The always super red. We love to call things super red, and that's where like the red is like bred for. So it's like more of a dominant. So like it's red on red. And these came from a local fish store and then were kept by a kid down my block, and came back this way after they didn't sell at a auction. And then when they moved, no, not an auction, a fish swap. Eddie was there. When they didn't move there, I kept them, and then they gave me some more when they moved, because they were moving houses. But they've done really well for me. I've been pretty happy with them. I'm not having any bent spine issues or anything like that. Yeah, but like most of the live bears, if you keep them happy, they they do their thing. And I haven't been trying to control who breeds with who or anything like that. I've just been letting it go. So I've been doing it on easy mode. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's black swords, and then there's the orange sword, and then there's black. I don't. Let me look. Yeah. Okay. The reason why the Leartail male looks like his sword is darker It's because it's orange and then it's got a black stripe on the top and bottom, so it's outlined in black. It's kind of hard to pick up on the screen, but I wanted to verify by actually standing up and looking. But yeah, no, the swordtails have been real fun. I enjoy watching them a lot, and it's really funny because they're up. What we're looking at is on the top shelf of uh, my big rack. That's like floor to ceiling, basically. You can see the edge of the door off to the right. So this is up near the ceiling, and the light is right there. So whenever I come into the garage and I turn on the light, all these guys are resting, and then like they all like swim, they all like move as one, like up towards the top. They're like, "Hey, is it time for some food?" So yeah, pretty funny. And then let me get set up here for my next camera trick. Well, we did that. Now these guys are my other Endlers. You can see some of those females are huge, but they've got different colorations on them. Maybe I can move it a little bit closer. I don't know whether that helps. It's kind of hard to tell the color on them. Those males are moving so fast. You know, I bought a thing like it's the size of not a textbook, like a smaller book, maybe like a hardback book that you would buy, like a novel or something like that. And it's made out of glass. I got it from Wild Tanks, and you can put your fish in that and then set that in front of any planted tank that you have or anything like that, and the fish will be forward. And because it's only like 2 inches deep, they wouldn't be able to swim out of focus and stuff like that. And that would probably be the best to show them off in. And that's probably what I need to do for them, because this is just chaos. Sketty Nona. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think Sketty Nona has some of those swordtails, and she might be ready. And who else said that they might be ready? Llewellyn? No. Uh, Dr. A in the house. Oh, man. Oh, Mr. Templeton said that he was ready. He's got lots of babies at the moment. And yeah, I was telling him, I was like, the swordtails did really well for me. I mean, like, I didn't really know much about it, but I know that swordtails have been in the hobby for so long and stuff like that, that it was like, hey man, if you're a fish keeper that's been keeping fish for 24 years, like, when was the last time you had swordtails? You know what I mean? Like, if you're newer to the hobby and you haven't kept swordtails before, you know what I mean? Like, why not try some swordtails? Um, it's really fun, and I can see like quite a bit of gene expression, like different genes expressed, like in the colony, like as it is. So like that, it's pretty neat. But yeah, I did not mix these guppies with the N type, and I'm not even sure that those are true N types, because the dots move around on them, and some of them have three, and some of them have two, and some of them have one. You know what I mean? And like, I was buying them at an auction from another hobbyist, so they weren't advertised as anything special. You know what I mean? But these guys have been in that 20-gallon long and doing amazing. So yeah, I might get organized so that I can ship some stuff. Um, and what I'll do is I'll do it on one of my live streams here and stuff like that. And I'll give you guys a good look at the different kinds and options. I might just like select some out and stuff like that and get people written down. And Jeff, I haven't forgotten about you. You might not need them anymore, but I have your name and one more person's name that before any of these swordtails go out, or when some of these swordtails go out, I will contact you guys and see if you need, you know what I mean, and because either way is fine with me. But you expressed interest before, and you were willing to wait, so I will make sure that I don't like skip anybody that I talked to about it before. There you go, Brandon. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, no, it's fun, and man, there's a bunch of different kinds. Um, and if you're into the conservation type thing of it all, Texas State has a fish tank barn. Was talking about it. He brought up the site, and they do swordtails, xyphosphorus for uh, genetic research and stuff like that. So, like, like they have they're pure strains, and you know what I mean. So, like for conservation and stuff like that, and some of those were real interesting, and none of them are red that I saw in the thing, which I thought was interesting. Um, but those have papers and a collection point. You know what I mean? Sometimes and stuff like that. And yeah, you can order through that lab and stuff like that. And that looked real interesting. I think there's a tour of that facility going on, and they're driving up to New Braunfels to Texas State to go check that place out. That's one of the tours. There is that, and oh shoot, um, a tour of the Goliad Fish Farms. Sorry. And if you don't know anything about that place, Aquarium Co-op has a video of a tour of that place that's really good. And oh, there's a collecting trip, I guess, nearby. So Central Texas collection trip. So those three, I think those are the three events. That's right. Sarah, our Earth Angel, got her wings. I am glad that she is no longer in pain. I don't wish that on anyone. She was really sweet and was always nice to me. And I didn't ever see her not be nice to anyone. I got chewed out one time for falling asleep and missing my stream time. Um, she let me have it. But I was in the wrong, man. I said I was going to be somewhere and I wasn't there. So I'd been like legit. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I don't even consider that like her being like mean so much as, like holding someone accountable for what they're supposed to be doing. And I think that that's nice. I bring that out. I bring that out in people every now and then. But yeah, no, she's super sweet. If anybody wants some of her legacy fish wise, she did pare down her tanks and stuff like that. And I believe Tommy helped her out with that. Aquatic News Network. So I believe he has some fish that have touched her hands that he got from her. In case you're sentimental like that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm sure that he would help you out. Um, I still haven't met Tommy in real life. We're in the same state, but that's not saying much considering how big this place is. We'll meet up eventually. I want to go and check out his homestead and stuff like that. I want to learn more about birds, and he knows quite a bit about birds. So I'd like to know about some of that. That's right, San Marcos River collecting, which is closer to San Antonio than New Braunfels. So, wait, or am I got that mixed? I'm not sure. That's right, Mark. Asaya, you get some rest, my love. Good night. That's awesome vibes. Hey, where you were collecting at in San Marcos vibes? Did you see any cool plants? I've been tubing in that river several times, and if I remember correctly, there's probably like some underwater plants that are pretty cool. Yeah, this tank needs to be cleared of hornwort for sure. Sterile some. Saya had a bunch of swordtails in her 300-gallon tub 2 summers ago. Oh, a pump malfunction fried everything. Oh man. Well, hey, one day. That sounds rough, man. I mean, I don't know why not. I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether swordtails can cross with mollies or not, but swordtails can cross with platies. So if platies can mix with mollies, then yes. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, but guppies and mollies can mix together. I know that from being heard tell. Gollies or muppies. I have heard of that. Oh, okay. I will inquire when I'm down there, Stephen. If someone gets underwater footage of the plant life near spring in the San Marcos River, I'd appreciate uh, like to steal the footage for a video you're working on and give credit. Yeah, no, that's wonderful, man. Um, hey, man, I'll inquire. I'll find out who's coming back from the trip. and like see if anybody got that type of footage, because that would be awesome. Haven't had a Nacros for a minute. Sonny G. Yeah, no problem, Stephen P. That's part of like the networking deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun to be on the hunt for something. You know what I mean? Is anybody else looking for anything that I might be able to find out? So, San Marcos. Underwater spring video footage. So we're on the hunt for that. That's for Stephen P. American Library Association type question. Guppies, mollies, platies. Can they breed? Crossbreed. Wow. So yeah, is there anything else that Vibes and I can look for? I'm just always nosy and like to see everybody's vendors tables and stuff like that. I really like some of the 3D printed items that are like stuck in the corners of tables and stuff like that nowadays. It's always so neat. Like one of the more simple items that has like brought me tons and tons of joy. I believe I got it from Crypt Keeper and somebody else printed it out for him. It was what was it? It was little trays. Was that Kyle of Poseidon's Pets that printed them? Anyway, it looked like a matchbox, but one side was missing, and one was black plastic and the other one was white plastic, but you can set it up against the glass and then you can put the food inside of that, and then the shrimp will be against black or white and up against the glass eating, and you can photograph them really well and like super awesome, and you can see your shrimp really well. So not even necessarily for photographing, just for enjoying your shrimp. And like very simple idea, something that was like 1 inch by 2 inches maybe, you know what I mean? So it probably didn't take that long to print either. So pretty awesome stuff. But I don't know, I'm not super trendy. Mostly, I think it has to do with like fear of failure. You know what I mean? Like, because your super trendy items are also going to be very expensive. So it would be a costly mistake as well. You know what I mean? So I just don't have that confidence yet. But like I'm not gonna go out and find the special L number pleco, you know what I mean, that's really expensive and really popular and like try and breed them. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't have the I don't have the confidence or the thriftiness to like spend the money on that. I just can't do it. I'm cheap. As you can see by the hornwort that I decorate all my tanks with. I'm just cheap. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, my greatest plant claim to fame right now is a Nubius plant that I got from LRB like 5 years ago that I didn't cut up, and the one that I have cut up has done well. But that's a Nubius coppifolia. You know what I mean? Like the most common plant. Now it still has some value because it grows so slow. You know what I mean? So I got that going for me. But yeah, I'm not chasing elusive or rare things. You know what I mean? If a situation falls in my lap, you know what I mean? Like I'm excited to give it a try, but I'm not going to be pushing my way to the front of the line for something that everyone wants. And honestly, like I've kept so few things, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that I haven't kept that are very common, you know what I mean? That I can come across some like really nice strains of some of what people refer to as like bread and butter fish and stuff like that. And I think that I would be very happy experiencing that and keeping that. Like I've really enjoyed my endlers and stuff like that. But like I said, those end types, I'm thinking about moving them on. I might move them through anybody who's interested here, but I might move the rest of them like in mass into a tank at a local fish store. Um, that Tiny Aquatics that Vibes like so much. I know I haven't been to the new store, but I know the old store. Right when you walk in the door, there's a very large tank, and it is the live bear tank. They're all mixed together. They're all in there, and they're priced appropriately. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that it's like a surrender value. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm looking forward to having that tank for other things. That's right, 3G. Your plastic plants grow faster than Anubias for me. My plastic plants are gaining some inches in blackbeard algae right now in the goldfish tank. It's pretty wild. I'm interested to see how that changes. I might just take all those plastic plants out of there and get new plastic plants. I have snuck one live plant in there, but they have been steadily working on it. And it's got brown algae on it, and it might just take me rubbing my finger across it to get it off of there. It doesn't look like blackbeard. It looks like the brown dust algae. But like I said, I just cleaned the FX6 yesterday. Had a heck of a time getting it to turn back on, but I think there was a lot of uh, substrate in the bottom of that FX6, and I think that when I cleaned it out, some of it got into the impeller. So the impeller wasn't starting up when I plugged it back in, so I had to take it all apart again and take apart the take take the motor off of the side of it and clean out that area where the impeller is and clean up the impeller, and then it worked fine after that. So everything's good. Elaine says, I finally found a plant I haven't killed. Got some Christmas moth a month ago, and now you have enough to split up to other tanks. That's how it happens, Elaine. That's how I got in this Swasser tank debacle. $3G. Oh, hey, you want to know what? That is a good point, sir. Plastic plants clean up well on the top shelf of the dishwasher. I might do that. But that blackbeard algae just hangs on. Oh, I'm missing stuff in chat. I love it. My favorite thing. Doesn't take much for me to get behind. Oh, Vibes is saying it's okay that Stephen P is not going to be there. Okay, yeah. Well, Stephen P, do what you got to do. I'll see you when I see you, sir. I've seen you several times, and I'll see you several times more. We are going to see you at the Clash, so life is pretty good in that regard. So it's not like I don't know when I'm going to see you again. Much love, everybody. It's 12:40. I meant to stop at 12:30. So you guys have a great night. I love you guys. Have a great one. You'll see Vibes and I at the event. We'll definitely throw up a short or something. Good night, everyone.